Hello and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and we're doing a string and crumbs series. Today we're going to show you how to do basic diagonal strings, and we are going to be using paper. But this is one you can make any size you want. There's no pattern, but let me give you some tips and tricks on how to get this done fun and fast. Okay, come on in, let's get to the sewing. Okay, we're at the sewing machine here. Now, when I do just a basic diagonal string block, I have cut papers like in squares. I know you say, oh, we are doing one with papers. So I do one with papers. This I got, it was one of those booklets you get from the government to help you do your income tax return. So what it's, you know, lighter weight paper. But now I have done strings where I have done every color imaginable under the sun in, you know, like a string block, and it works. It's a lot of fun. If you put a lot of bright colors in, it works. It looks great. You know, the kids love it and it looks great. But what I'm going to show you to do today is if you stay in a color family. Now I'm going to pull out my low volume neutrals, and I'm not going to worry too much about where I'm at with color here. Okay, so I'm just going to put these down, and I'm going to make sure I've got a good 1/4 inch on either side to help my piecing go along here. Now it doesn't have to be anything exceptional. It's just, now when I'm piecing at a diagonal or an elongated diamond, right, because sometimes I'll use rectangles to piece, I do need paper or something to, I need something underneath it. I just can't just wing it like, you know, like we did with the basic, just sew the blocks together and get it over with kind of thing. I can't do that. There's something with the angle that my brain just does not want to make that happen. I don't know what it is, but you know, here we are. So this is another cool way of adding very different blocks. Now these blocks, that paper that I'm working on right now, is 8 1/4. So what I can do is I can take different strip lengths. Oh, that one fits and it's gone. Yes. I can take different colors, or, you know, cream, ivory, white, kind of a really palish blue here. I can get a lot of color into a block very quickly. One of the things I will suggest is that when you're doing this, I have done them where, like I say, every color under the sun is in the block. If you're going to do that kind of quilting, you need some place for all those seams to lie. So I have paired them up now with solids to make kid quilts, right? So that they're not, you know, overwhelmed with, you know, a big mess. It looks kind of messy sometimes when you do that. And with this, I wouldn't worry about putting little green bits in, or, you know, anything like that. I wouldn't worry about it. You know, they come together very quickly, these blocks, and I always leave a little extra stuff going on. Now when I'm doing these strings, what I do is I always have something really tiny beside me, like tiny piecing, where I need all the little bits to be. Where is this? Why is it doing this? Okay, there it is. Because then they'll just fit in perfectly into something else. Well, let's get this one, and then we'll put another one on the other side. Oh, let's get some color. Let's get some polka dots going. Here, we'll get some polka dots. It'll be fun. And I don't try to get rid of the salvages, right? I don't want salvages in the block. Now you can also add pieces, smaller pieces. Let's say you had a whole bunch of little, you know, odd shaped, you know, neutral blocks. You could add, you know, a bunch of those blocks to make the string big enough, or and that would work too, you know. When I'm doing this, I try not to get the same fabric in the block twice. That's my kind of rule that I do. A silly rule, but it works. It works for me. Okay, now, ooh, let's add, oh, let's add this. This is cool. Let's add this on, which side is that going to fit on the best? It's going to fit here. Okay, I'm going to get a bigger piece. And you want to change up your sizes. Like if you put like 2 skinny pieces in, make sure the next one's a bigger piece. Because otherwise it looks too planned. You know, you kind of want a random fun look. And as you're going through your strings, try and make sure that you've got some variety in your colors and textures. You know, let's say you were doing this block in blue. You would want light blues, medium blues, and dark blues, and navies, and everything else. And you would want white prints with blue, just to add a little bit of light coming into the piece. Does that fit? No, not quite. Alright, so let's see. Ooh, this is pretty. Let's get that one there. Now, some of them have threads along. They just push them out, and you don't want all those threads showing up on the front. So, now anything I cut off of here, it goes into the bag, my garbage bag of fabric pieces that are too small. I don't save bits out of here at all. I just, no, once it's gone through here, we're done with it. And you just keep moving and keep working until you cover the pieces. Let's see. And you want to change different varieties. Ooh, I betcha. Nope, but it fits here. Does it? Yes, it does. So let's get all the little loose threads off. Sometimes I've salvaged stuff from another project. Or, you know, it didn't work. The idea I had didn't work, but that's okay. There. But I have made the half square triangle ones where you make all this and then you cut it this, you put another, 8 1/4 inch square, and then you sew 2 lines this way and you get a, a really pretty little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put this little bit right there to cover up that little edge. Now you see here, it's got more than 1/2 inch, right? So it'll cover. So you just put it down. Don't worry about anything. Did this run out of thread at the bottom? Yes, it did. I lost bobbin chicken. Oh well. Get another bobbin. This project is always good too, to move out thread that's sitting around getting old. Because you've got your stitch length down to almost nothing, So, and now we're done one side. So anyways, I was saying, you get another 8 1/4 inch, and then you sew them double, like in solids, and you can get rather an interesting look with just some color, solid colors, right? And just do a big quilt of half square triangles, like a carpenter's wheel or something like that. Now, I'm going to get, ooh, let's try this. A very, very pale gray. Get that out of the way. There we go. Now, some people iron in between. I am a fan of finger pressing. I use finger pressing almost all the time. And I know I probably should use other stuff, but okay, there. Now, if you were to take all of your sandy, beigey colored ones, wouldn't that be a fun quilt to make? and then applique, you know, you take all of these strings that are kind of on the beige side of reality, and then you applique beach balls. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be a fun little idea? And that you get like a string quilt that's, you know, basically an art piece now. And there we go. A little black and white that just fits there. Perfect. And let's see, do I have another piece here? No. No. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let's do. Oh, okay. Well, that would work. I'm just going to cut this off. Put this piece right here, just like so. Now, once we're finished sewing this, of course, I gotta go get a rotary cutter and a blade and a cutting mat, and we're done. Okay, so here we're done all the sewing, and we're just gonna flip it around because it doesn't look like anything until you actually trim it up. So we're just going to let's see, line this up so I've got a straight edge there, and sometimes they shrink a bit. Now, this piece here looks big. I'm throwing it out. If I don't start throwing some of this stuff out when I finally move on it or sew it or something like that, I will never get to accomplish my crumbs. I'll never get through them. So I'm throwing mine out. I'm choosing to throw mine out, but not really out. I'm recycling, and that's going to be a surprise coming up. Ooh, there. And another one. Just give it another turn. You got 2 more sides to trim up. Then use your paper as your template. Now, when you're working with paper backs, you're working basically with the paper. So all of, like, this is 8 1/4. So, you know, everything now has to kind of, if you were to sew this onto, let's say, a color block, it has to also be 8 1/4 too. So let's get ready for this ta-da moment. Okay, so this is what our cute little block looks like now. Like I say, there's a lot of things you can do with just like a neutral string block like this. You could put all your sandy colors in and make a twin size quilt, then applique beach balls and a sun umbrella and, you know, some sand toys on it. It would look adorable. But one of the things I use these kind of blocks for is for material. Now, I have got another string block here where I put all the colors in, and let's pretend they're the same size. So I can take this block and put it like this against this block, if they were the same size, to make a half square rectangle. Well, this one's much larger, but you know what I'm saying. This would be a half square rectangle. And just by going this way, I give all the seams here a place to rest in this block. The other thing I could do is I could take this piece and put it up against a solid square, right? There's a solid square here. And now I give all these seams a place to rest. So the quilt will lie really flat. And basically you're taking stuff that, you know, other people would throw out. So your strings become very valuable as fabric. And this would be a really cool eclectic quilt to show off some really lovely solids and some crazy neutrals. So come on back next week. We have got some more fun ideas with our string and crumbs. And I hope some of them are, you know, a little bit different. I don't take my paper off until I have sewn all the way around it. Now, if I was going to do long-term storage on these blocks, I would leave the paper on, or if I was running out of room, I would sew quickly around them and then peel the paper. So it's kind of, I don't want the stretching and the bias. That's why I'm doing that. So anyways, see you next week. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous day ahead and a wonderful week. Okay, you take care. Bye! Thank you for watching our video today. We are just overjoyed with how our channel has grown. And we would like you to share, like, and subscribe these videos with your friends and other people. This is one of the quilts that we are considering at this time to do a sew-along for. It is a crazy original scrappy design that was made with too much coffee and too many granola bars, and it's a lot of fun to do, and it is a really good scrap buster. So share, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Our plan for 2022 is 2 different sew-alongs for sure, and 2 different case studies. And we're going to do try and do a thing on grouping on strings and crumbs, and then another one on curves. So we've got rather an ambitious 2022 planned for you here. So, like I say, I hope you come back. Have a great week ahead, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!